Greetings. Today the moon is in Aries, goes into Aries around 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday, and I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Wednesday, July 16th. Aries moon today. So action oriented, thinking about what you need to do and what you need to move on. So remember that actions are not always physical. It can be making a decision, being decisive. It can be getting something checked off your list. And so there's a need for forward movement. It's also a good time for physical action, movement, literal moving your body. So, thinking about what you need in terms of exercise and what is going to help you not feel powerless, right? What do you need to do that will help shift you out of inertia? Because we're moving out of the Pisces moon energy, we go from that spiritual, connected to everything, connected to the oneness of all, the dreaminess of Pisces. Aries is that entry point into new beginnings. So it initiates, it reminds us that we do have the opportunity to start new things, move things in new directions. Just because they have been a certain way doesn't mean they always have to be that way. So Aries is that energy of new beginnings. Also, of course, with Saturn and Neptune in very early Aries, we have the moon activating that conjunction. And so between about midnight, 2 a.m. ish in there, Pacific time, the moon joins up with Saturn and then Neptune, so activating that conjunction. And if you remember from recent videos, especially my deep dive from this Sunday, July 13th, we have that Neptune Saturn or Saturn Neptune conjunction coming to its closest approach for 2025. So it will be after about the 20th, 21st, 22nd in there. It will begin, the two planets will begin to move further apart slowly. They're still going to be really, really close. So it's just that this is the most intense phase of the conjunction of those two planets. And remember that a conjunction is a seed time. So not only do we have the beginning of the cycle between Saturn and Neptune and that new beginnings, seed planting of that cycle, but we have that happening in Aries, the sign of new beginnings, new directions, initiating things, really moving things in new directions. So, really, that bigger picture of Neptune and bringing the dream to Earth, making it tangible, materializing the things that we experience in the bigger picture. So the things that our hearts want and the things that we can imagine. So imagine the positive, right? Imagine that positive healing vision that you have for yourself, for your community, for humanity, and let that dream be what is being birthed at this time. And remember, when something is being birthed, you don't see yet what it's going to be when it grows up, right? If you have children or know someone who's had children, you can see a baby and you can't really see, what they're going to become. So this is the same. It's like, yes, it's a beginning, and we can put our energy, our intentions, our actions in the direction that we want to see things unfold as time goes on in this bigger cycle, this 36-year cycle of Saturn and Neptune. So Aries action vibe for today, doing stuff, right? Take that action step. As small as it may be, do the thing. Do the thing that is on your to-do list that you've been meaning to get to. And probably it's not as hard as you have imagined it might be, right? It's like once we actually take that step, we realize, oh, that was easier than I thought. And so Aries and connecting with that effortless action that is there ready to be acted upon because we've been cultivating it. We've been planting those seeds of intentions, feeding it with our positive reframing, positive support, positive self care. And then when it is time, when it comes time to do the thing, to take the action, we have put that energy in the right direction and the action can be effortless. So also Aries is courage, right? So even though it's effortless, it doesn't mean it's comfortable. So finding your courage to do the things that don't necessarily feel comfortable but are going to move you in new directions. We've also got Mercury to stationing retrograde tomorrow in Leo. So on Thursday, later in the day. So depending on your time zone, it could be Friday morning, early Friday. It will be not after 9 p.m. Pacific time that it actually stations retrograde. So that's always, it's 9:44 p.m. Okay, Pacific time, that Mercury stations retrograde on Thursday, July 17th. So at any rate, on Thursday and Friday, then we still have the energy of that Mercury station. So heightening the energy of communications, thinking, ideas, problem solving. And so that Mercury energy, Mercury is the trickster. It might throw some uh, some unexpected developments in your path. And then, but Mercury is also the messenger. It is bringing you a message. So, what is unfolding? What are the messages that are there for you to see if you are paying attention? Mercury is in Leo. Leo is the sign of creativity and self-expression. So our communication, our thinking, our ideas in the realm of self-expression and creativity can be further developed as we go into this Mercury retrograde period where we are reviewing, reflecting, reconsidering, and all of that gives us an opportunity because Mercury retrograde is about the re words, right? Rethinking, reconsidering, and as we go through that Mercury retrograde in Leo, we're reconsidering our creative efforts, our self expression. How do we want to put ourselves out there? How do we want to be seen? How do we want to share and shine our light? And really reconsidering, what does that look like? How have I done that in the past? How do I want to rethink it? How do I want to adapt and adjust and do that internal processing to help us get on track with what feels more true, more authentic, more effective, more powerful? So connecting with that deeper place of insight that the Mercury retrograde, right? It's interfering with our ability to move forward because it wants us to go backward and reconsider something we've already done. Think about the power of that. If we didn't have Mercury retrograde, we would go forward all the time and we wouldn't have this opportunity to stop and rethink or redo something that we have already thought through or made decisions about. So it deepens our connection to our thinking. It allows us to go inward. It allows us to have that opportunity to reflect and revisit our thinking and what makes more sense, how we can adapt and adjust to have things make more sense for us going forward. So the Mercury station is when it hovers, and then stations or slows down and stops at a point and then slowly begins to move in the opposite direction. So while it's doing that, while we have the Mercury station, we have that Mercury energy up in ways that ask us to think about messaging, think about communication, ask ourselves what are our needs around messaging, communication, thinking, ideas, and specifically how are we expressing ourselves and are we doing it in the best way possible? So, opportunities to deepen into that and look at what that really is for each one of us as we have that opportunity to review. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms. You can book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com, and I am releasing some videos, a video about evolutionary astrology. So check the description in this video for more on that. Be sure to sign up as a free member on my member site to make sure you get notified when that and other videos and opportunities become available. So I will be sharing that in the description for this video. Thank you so much again for being here and for subscribing and for all your support of my work so that I can keep bringing you these daily astro vibes and more. And I appreciate you. I'll see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.